My name is lapinchajhevo, and today I'm going to be talking about why people take fighting games so serious. So, growing up, I've always played fighting games. My first memories ever were of me playing fighting games, which was Street Fighter 4 and Tekken 6. So they were practically the first video games I've ever touched, and those were played on the PS3. I've been playing fighting games my whole entire life, and there's a crap ton of fighting game videos on this channel. But there's one question that people have always asked me, and there's that one question that people have always been asked that do play fighting games. Why do people take fighting games so serious? And today, that's what we're going to be talking about. In my opinion, from what I know of, people take fighting games seriously because it is a mix of competitiveness, it is a mix of skill, and overall, it is a one-on-one. What I mean by that is, in fighting games, it is you against one other person. That is it. You don't have teammates to depend on if you lose. There's no one that could have your back in a fighting game. The whole game depends on you. Which leads me to my first point. Number one, they're intensely competitive. Fighting games are pure test of skill. Unlike team games where often teammates or RNG, which is randomness, can be influenced by outcomes, fighting games are one-on-ones, making victories feel earned, making you feel like you actually won something, like you beat that person, that you're better than them. And when you lose to somebody, you either get the instant revenge where you want to keep fighting them until you beat them to show that you actually can beat them, or if you don't get the opportunity to, you lose and it makes you feel like and they're better than you, so they're on a higher pedestal. Every win or loss reflects your performance, which also fuels the competitiveness in your body when you do play the game. Now, this video isn't really going to be focused on people who play fighting games for fun and they don't care about rank, they don't care about how they perform, and they just basically overall just play fighting games and just have a good time. Because you can also be competitive and have a good time and not really care about anything in the game. Because those players exist, and I love those players, and I'm slowly turning into one of those players. But that also means that I have to get out of my nature of taking fighting games so serious. Leading on to number two. They demand deep skill and mastery. At high levels, fighting games are incredibly complex because you have to worry about frame data and how fast or safe a move is. And then you have to worry about which character you're up against and if your frame data or how fast your move is, or even if it's safe against that specific character, because in fighting games, there's usually about at least 10 characters on a roster. Spacing and positioning, which is also called footsies. Footsies are a way of people trying to bait other people into doing a move or doing something, basically trying to close in the space, but also keep yourself at a good distance, so if the opponent does do a move or does make an attempt to hit you, they miss. Footsies are a way to keep yourself engaged in the game, keep your opponent letting them know that you're here and you're ready for anything. Mind games and reads. What I call reads are basically mind games, right? And this right here is when you're adapting. So instead of me calling this mind games and reads, this is more so adaptation. Now let's get more into detail about that. Learning your opponent and adapting to them, which is what I like to call for short, reads. Reads are basically when you know your opponent is going to do something. So when you know they're going to do something, you react to it, you adapt to it, you learn it. So now when they are going to do something, you block it, or you punish it, or you counter it. Community and culture. The fighting game community FGC has a strong identity shaped by decades of competition and grassroots events like EVO. There's pride in being part of that culture, and serious play is a way to earn respect and status. And when you're watching people that fight on EVO, and you're watching all these content creators, these famous people, and everybody play fighting games, they take it serious and they're such a high rank. And in your mind, you're practicing their combos that they're teaching you. You're learning how they play, playing like them, similar. You see how high they are, and you want to be like them. You want to join their level and be right there with them. Ego and pride. Fighting games are personal. You're not hiding behind a team when you lose. It's just you who got outplayed. That kind of spotlight can trigger ego and pride. especially in tournament settings when people are being watched. This is a big one for me, because for some unknown reason, I have some Saiyan pride in my body that physically can't handle losing, which now I'm starting to break out of. But before, and I'm gonna say like maybe
about a week ago, fuck with us and then we tweaking.
Losing in a fighting game to internet connection, losing to somebody punishing you, learning, adapting, possibly perfecting you is the worst feeling. It's fun to be serious. For a lot of people, the seriousness is a part of the enjoyment. Pushing yourself, rivalries, climbing leaderboards, and proving you're the best. It's not unlike how people treat chess or martial arts. Some players are casual and just have fun mashing buttons or playing with friends, and that's totally fine. But the seriousness often comes from how fighting games reward precision, psychology, and mastery, and how personal it feels to win or lose.